Hello Hidden Fun Incorporated employee. This year, 1978, has been by far the biggest year for Snuffy's Pizza yet, for we have come up with so many plans for the future of not only the restaurant, but also the company, and these plans are for the better of both of them. But we won't get into those yet, because there are some really important things we need to address, for example, the disappearance of William Marshall. Now, this is something that has been stressing employees who work at Snuffy's Pizza, and that is why we need to address this. Now, we just need to say two things. 1, we will find him. He will hopefully be alright, but we will make sure that we find him, even if he isn't. 2, there really isn't a need to stress. William Marshall went missing during the night, not during the day. But this doesn't mean we aren't any less sad about the situation, we're just saying that there isn't a need to worry during the day, which is when most of you go to the restaurant, so you don't need to stress. But if you are stressed, then we will let you have 3 days off work as a way to let you think less about the situation and to let you have a break. If that doesn't work, then please go to a therapist and let them help you out. Anyways, the next important thing we need to mention is that Snuffy's Pizza will be investigated by federal investigators thoroughly in the next month or so, which can help us find William Marshall and potentially even David Jeffrey and his family, but we cannot guarantee anything right now. This is very important as it could determine the life or death of not only our company, but Snuffy's Pizza too, if their bodies are in our restaurant. And that means that all of you guys could potentially lose your jobs, which is why we will be paying you guys more than we did beforehand. How much is that? Well, before your paycheck was $60 per week, but now we have doubled it to $120. We hope that this helps you out financially and prepares you ahead of time for the potential closure of Snuffy's Pizza. Now, with those out of the way, how about we get to what our plans for the future of Snuffy's Pizza and Hidden Fun Incorporated are, shall we? So, to start off with, we are proud to say that the next Snuffy's Pizza location will be in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, this may be far away, specifically a 3-hour drive from here, but this means that we will get new customers from other places in Minnesota to go to Snuffy's Pizza. We are already signing contracts right now, and the location will be open within the upcoming years if we don't close down because of the investigations, but we won't be giving specifics on where this new location will be just yet, in case we do close down. On that note, another part of our plans are about a project that has been in the works for a lot longer than a year and was made to help with our reputation. Now, this project is called Animatronic Rebuild Project, and as the name suggests, we will be rebuilding our animatronics. Now, you may be asking yourself, how does this help with their reputation? Well, people have considered Snuffy's Pizza to be the best pizza restaurant ever, and that we have the best animatronic performers. But, while that does mean a lot to us, unfortunately people also say that the animatronics reek of a bad smell, a smell that we can't even describe, that's how bad it is. And that basically ruins everything when it comes to reputation and may cause customers to never come back. But the worst part is that the animatronics were not cleanable, which means we couldn't get rid of the smell. So, the way we are going to combat this is by rebuilding the animatronics and providing them with never-before-seen features that will make the Snuffy's Pizza experience more immersive to children and adults alike, as well as making them actually cleanable. Now, you may be asking, what company is making these animatronics? And the answer to that may not be what you expected, but it is Techno Robotics. You may think that they shouldn't make these new animatronics, after all they made the old ones, right? Well, according to them, the reason why they didn't add cleaning features is because it was never explicitly listed on the document that we used to pitch the animatronics to them, and they went along with it. So this time, we have explicitly listed it, as well as other features, and that means that they should hopefully make it right this time. Another question you may be asking yourself is what never-before-seen features will this version of the animatronics have? To that I shall respond with, check out the Techno Robotics tape, which you can gain access to if you contact this phone number and provide the required proof that you are in fact a Hidden Fun Incorporated employee. The tape was made to explain all of the features that the animatronic endoskeleton, titled SPES, has equipped. Each feature has been run through in the appropriate amount of detail and should allow you to get a glimpse at what Snuffy's Pizza will be like once Animatronic Rebuild is into full effect. So, with that being said, the final question you may be asking is what will happen to the old animatronics? And the answer to that is that it is still being decided where the old animatronics will go, but we will figure out something soon enough. So, that is about it for explanations on everything. This year and a few years from now, if we're safe, will be super crazy for us, and we have a lot of things planned for the better of our company and Snuffy's Pizza. If you have any more questions, then please contact Charles Martin here. Thank you, and have a very good day.
So this is what we call the SPES, aka the Snuff's Pizza Endoskeleton. Now, let's go to describing what the endoskeleton of an animatronic actually is.
The endoskeleton is basically what contains everything that controls the animatronics. In this case, the kitty animatronic. It contains the wires and everything so that they aren't just hanging out all over the place when the animatronics are doing their thing.
Alright, let's move on to one of the features. Magnetic attachments. Essentially, this means certain parts of the animatronic can be removed and replaced, such as the ears, the eyes, and even the jaws. We do this so that it is easy to clean and so that if a certain part of the animatronic breaks, then you can replace it with another part from the parts and services room at Snuffy's Pizza.
Essentially, you can tell if a part is attachable because it will have a black strip at the back of it. This black strip is magnetic, which means that you will have to put the attachment with the magnet facing the animatronic, and if done correctly, it should attach itself with ease. Obviously, you are going to want to do this outside of opening hours because you don't really want children watching you detach parts of the animatronics, do you?
Now let's move on to another feature of the SPES, facial expressions. Basically, the animatronics will be able to express feelings and not look lifeless. So an example of a facial expression an animatronic can make is, let's see, sadness. See? It looks upset. And they will make this face if they see a lonely or crying child as a way for other children to see the sad child and potentially try to calm them down. Another facial expression is happiness. Now the animatronics aren't going to make this face most of the time, with other expressions mixed in.
Facial expressions also change while singing whatever song. So for example, if there's a specific part of the song where the animatronics get mad at one another, they will make facial expressions based on the emotions they feel, and can make some very dynamic facial expressions, and will make it more immersive for children and adults who are watching them perform, since they express actual feelings.
Now the final feature we are going to explain is animatronic movement capabilities. Now, this may sound very unusual because the animatronic endoskeletons are built all with metal, specifically aluminum, but we managed to build the endoskeletons in a way that can be moved with ease, which means that we can implement a movement system with ease, which is how we did this.
So the way we made this system was by adding cameras to the animatronics, which allows them to have a vision, so that they can see where they're going. And then we trained the animatronics to move around the space without bumping into anything, which took us quite a long time, but we figured out a way. Basically, we create a scan for the restaurant via the camera, and then we create what we call a floor map, which is basically a map of the restaurant, but only the areas that they can walk around. And then we use our artificial intelligence to allow them to walk around the floor map. And the point of the camera is to see if there is something blocking the way. So for example, if there were a child in front of the animatronic, it would stop and say something like, "Hello," and then would ask them to move out of the way so they can pass through. In a nice manner, obviously. And then it would continue walking. But if the child were to stay there, then the animatronic would go the other way.
Now, the unfortunate side of this is, if there are two children who go in between the animatronic on both sides, because the animatronic would have nowhere to go, and then it would either walk into a child, potentially risking the child's life, or falling over and damaging not only itself but also the child. But the way we can combat this is by hiring people to watch and make sure the situation doesn't happen. And if they do their job correctly, then it will never happen. But in case it does ever happen, we have added an emergency button to the restaurant, which will cause a loud noise to happen and then alert 911. And then everyone will be taken outside of the restaurant so that it is easier for 911 or medical professionals to handle the situation.
So that is it for this explanation of the features that we've implemented into SPES. If you have any questions, please contact this number. Alright, that is it for us.
Bye everyone!
Come down to Snuffy's Pizza, the best animatronic pizza restaurant in the world. Enjoy our animatronic performers as they sing for you.
Have a happy birthday, you're the lucky one. It's your very special day, have a lot of fun.
Enjoy our amazing pizza, which food critics have rated highly of, and you can get different pizzas like our cheese pizzas, pepperoni pizzas, barbecue chicken pizzas, and many, many more. Is your child's birthday coming up? Come over to Snuffy's for a fun day of non-stop partying. We have many performances your child will be sure to enjoy, even when it gets repetitive, but the pet percussionists always have something new that they want to perform. So come down to Snuffy's Pizza at 101 Park Avenue, Park Rapids, and have a load of fun.
So this is the location.
Yep, I thought you knew that already.
I am very forgetful.
Indeed you are. Anyways, I just started recording.
Okay, so we are Techno Robotics, and this is a recording for Recipient Hidden Fun Incorporated.
Yep.
And we are here at the only Snuffy's Pizza location so far, so that we can produce the Snout and Mousy animatronics for their animatronic rebuild project, which also includes replacement parts like eyeballs, jaws, and ears.
Yeah, so how about we go in so we can start doing it?
Sure.
Jesus, this place is really creepy at night.
I agree.
We should probably look for a light switch around here.
I'll look for one.
I will help.
Okay. Found it!
Nice. Alright, that means that the rebuild office is this way.
Alright. So, we have parts and services room, Charles Martin, David Jeffrey. Oh, here we are.
Okay, so before we go in, I have to mention that the Snuffy and Kitty animatronics are in the office. So we need to be careful.
Yeah, especially after what happened to that William guy.
You don't need to make me any more scared than I already am. Seriously.
Sorry.
You know, I haven't realized how small this place was until now.
You're right. But that's probably because of the two big animatronics in here.
True. Anyways, I have the blueprints for the Snout and Mousy animatronics here.
Alright. Which part of the Snout animatronic do you want to start working on first?
I'll probably start working on the torso.
Okay. I'll work on the left arm.
So I think we were successful with building the Snout animatronic. It works and everything, and it matches the other rebuild animatronics, so, yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to work on the Mousy animatronic, but we will do that tomorrow.
Yeah. So, we might as well go now.
I think there's a power box down the hallway.
Yeah, I will deal with that.
Alright. Take the flashlight with you.
Okay. Okay, so the power just went out, and I am scared as fuck because I have to fix it. And I don't really want to go out of the office because what if the animatronics do something that we don't know about? What if we go missing like William Marshall? Oh god, stop panicking. Please stop panicking. Okay, a little calmer. Let's try to fix the power. So, what do I do? Do I flick this? Fuck! Okay, I know not to do that now. What the fuck do I do? What the... Annie? What's happening down there? Annie! Please stop doing that. This isn't funny. Annie? What the fuck? What the... What? Oh god. What is this song?
at the masquerade, while our hearts swinging to violin singing till dawn. Lady dressed in jade, hold me tight at the masquerade. If the music halts, dear, then my heart will waltz, dear, right on. 12 o'clock is chiming on the clock up above. Now if you unmask your heart, I love you, love you. Midnight shadows fade, no one's left at the masquerade. Everything is through, dear, but my love for you, dear, lives on.